Hey everyone, this is Charlie with DGE. We're sitting here doing a simple beginner's crap strategy with a $1,000 bankroll at a $10 table. So let's sit here and get some money.
Melting stacks and building racks, baby. DGE. Best craps game in town. Believe it.
Alright, so let's go ahead and decide what dice we're going to take. I always like to pick out the 7 out of these. It looks like it's going to be greens today. I'll put these over. Like I said, we're at a $10 table. What I like to do if I come up to the table, a lot of people lose money on the pass and don't pass, so that's why I offset these two. It's literally just to protect your money on the come out. Realistically, my preference would be to be just on the pass, don't pass line. But like I said, offsetting is good because it gets you onto the point without having to worry about losing a lot of money either way on the pass line or the don't. So I offset right here, and once again, I'll sit here and do a simple $10 6 and 8. Excuse me, $12 6 and 8. It is going to be working. My chips are over here in plain view so everyone can see them. This is the first time we've done this camera rig, so you have to bear with me. It is working. Dice are out. Let's get at it. We got ourselves a 7. Perfect. So right here you're thinking, wow, okay, well I just rolled a 7. I just lost $12 right out the gate. Have no fear. I promise you it's going to be okay. In this instance, we lost a total of $24. So the easiest thing to do is say, dealer, can I get a $24 6 and 8? They're going to give me back $2 and change. And then the dealer himself will actually convert it for you and have a $24 6 and 8. And guess what, guys? She is absolutely working. So now we've come into level 2. Dice are out. Fat 6, 24 pays 28. Dealer will literally look at you and say, hey, 28, what do you want to do with it? Do you want to press it? Do you want to move it? And you said, no, dealer. I want you to reduce me back down to a $12 6 and 8. Give me my money and then turn me off. That's right. Say nothing but insults to me because I do not want to sit here and play with you anymore. So, point is a 6. The puck moves over, and now we're rolling. We've already made our money for this run, and we wait till the next run, or the next point. So, keep going. That is a 3. 1, 2, 3. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That is a 7 out, guys. 7 out. Didn't have to wait too long. This would offset, pay right here, come right back here. Dealer, if you don't mind, please turn me on. Tell all the nice things that I want to hear in life. Dice are out. 10. So notice that we didn't hit the 10. Now, right here, we can play a nice, easy, simple strategy, and it's called a hedge. So basically, I still want to hit the 6 or an 8 for some money. I think a 7 is more likely than a 10 because obviously odds and math are with me. So maybe I want to put a little bit of juice right here to still protect my 6 and 8. Yes, if I hit a 10, I lose 50, but a 7 is the most likely, a 6 and 8 are the second most likely number runs. So hedging off the 10 is going to allow you to have the 3 easiest numbers to roll still within your wheelhouse to make money with. So I'm going to take $50 out of my rack, put it right here on the don't pass. Make sure when you do odds, it always is in the position of the dealer. So why 50, you ask? Well, 50 on a 10 or a 4 when you're playing the don't is always going to sit here and pay half. So if I put $50, it pays 25, and I have a $12 6 and 8, which equals to $24. So if a 7 does happen, which is the most likely, I get paid and make $1 because this will go away. If I had a 6 or an 8, I get paid 14. I take all this down, make that profit. If I do hit a 10 or a repeater, I lose the 50, and we can talk about that when it happens, but you'd come back with that to make a little bit more profit as well. So the dice are rolling. They're moving. We got ourselves a 1, 2, 3 for one roll. I always like to err on the side of conservatorship. So I only do 3 rolls and then I'll come down. I didn't have to wait 3 rolls. I just rolled an 8. Dealer will look at me and say, you made $14. What do you want to do with it? I say, just turn me off. He turns me off. I've made $14. I take my odds back down. And guess what, guys? I've made $14 for that rip. There's no reason to pressure it any more than you have to. So guess what, guys? We're relaxing. 6, people are making money. I made money. We're all happy. That's an 8. Nothing happens for us, but we're still sticking to the inside. Notice that the most common numbers are being rolled right now. That's a 5. 2, 3, 5 for the guys. That's a 10. Now watch this. Our biggest exposure was on the 10 for that $50. So that's why you don't want to get greedy and keep those odds up continuously to try to hit these 6s and 8s, because you might hit that 10 and lose $50 versus trying to make 14. But we didn't. We were conservative. Point was made. The table is happy for the do players, and I'm happy because I've made my money. 10 points been made, no money lost. Now we come into the second point. Maybe this shooter's hot. That is another 10, guys. So if you guys are keeping track, that is 3 10s rolled before a 7, which is very good. Why? It's always harder to make a second point than the first point. It's even harder to make a third point from the second point, and so forth. Also have the same logic when you're working your way away from the 7. The further you are from this middle point, the harder it is to make these points. So using that logic, think about it. To make a second 10 point is extremely hard to make. It does happen. I'm not saying it's not uncommon, because it is uncommon, but it's still a likely to happen. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be very gentle, once again conservative, and just put $10 on the don't. A nice simple bet. I'm using math to my advantage, and try to juice it just a little bit since these are going to remain off. 8, nothing happens. But once again, the table at this point is starting to get fired up. The bets are coming out. 1, 2 just for you, or AC Deucey. But right here, it's all about nickel and dime in the casino. Whoop, 1, 6, 7. Look at that, straight to heaven, guys. So if you think about this entire gambit, this entire scenario I just put in front of you, I'm stealing little by little nothing but $5, $15, $5, $14, $15 at a time, and clicking back every shooter. That's where you want to be. That's where you kind of want to get that sweet spot, because mentally you know when you're 5 and 10 shooters in, you could be up $50 to $100 to $150 as you keep going. So imagine if you're at the table for 30 shooters, 40 shooters. Now you start getting more and more money. The more profit that you have, the more aggressive you can play, either to make more money or to sit here and have more fun without being so rigid to a specific strategy. So might as well wash, rinse, repeat. I'm turning this on, and dice are out. We got ourselves a fat 8. You know, she ain't skinny one bit. She's got some loving on her. Look at that, guy. I'm out of singles. Why? Because I own the singles. The dealer's going to toss me 15. He says drop $1. I'll absolutely drop $1. I take it. Now, I've made this a couple of times. The point's now at 8. So let's say that, okay, as a beginner, I love making $14, but man, I see people making more and more and more money. How do I sit here and make this better without ruining my chances and losing everything? Don't worry. All you gotta do is be gentle. You know, take it in first gear. We don't have to go all the way to mock Jesus every time we make a point. So I'm going to tell the dealer, raise my bet by 1 unit. A unit for a 6 and 8 is $6. For 9, 10, 5, 4, it's a $5 increments. So say press me by a unit and turn me off. So now this is an $18 8. You're being rewarded for hitting this number. You're still turning off, but next time if you hit that 8, you're going to sit here and make $21 versus $14. So you see how we can slowly pick up steam in a very conservative, easy rate that's easy to remember. And right now, for this simple strategy, we're focusing right here. 6s and 8s, baby. The second most common number there is. That is an 8. Look at that fat repeater. People on the do side will be happy, go lucky. Points been made. Doesn't affect us either way. They would take the don't, pay the pass line. I just go to offset, and let's see we go from there. 5 just for the guys. Don't worry, guys. It could be 2, 3 just for me, or 3, 2 just for you. For a 5 on a second point, I'm not going to do anything. Why? I've already made my money. There's no sense in pressuring the system. Now, if they make that point, 6, 2, 4 on the floor. If they do make the 5, I might go to a straight don't, because once again, the logic, it's harder and harder to make more and more points. Or it might do anything. Like I said, this strategy, 7 out, don't have to think about anything, guys. The most common number has been rolled. 7. So that comes down. This is off, so we didn't lose this. Pass on, gets paid right here. And we're going to take this. Now, mentally, we've had 3 or 4 shooters. So in my logic is this. A lot of times, if you keep making money on the come out roll, eventually someone's going to have a come out 7. It's just an eventuality. The train is coming, you just don't know when. Now, because we started this session with a come out 7, I'm willing to kind of run this a little bit more on come outs, but understand the more shooters that keep hitting these 6s and 8s on the come out, the closer you're getting to that train called the double 7 or a triple 7 or, by God, a quadruple 7. So I'm going to have it working. Dice are out. That is a Nina 9. And once again, guys, be conservative, be gentle. You can come right here to a 9 and be done. Turn this off. Now, let's say you have made money, because I think we've made 30, 40 bucks. Let's step it up one simple notch as a beginner anyone can do, okay? So let's say I want to play this 6 and 8. I feel like it's hot. But now it's been on a 9, it's been on a 5, it's on a 10, it's on a 4. I haven't been clicking my 6 and 8s. A simple way is, once again, don't get complicated. Reduce it down to a $24 6 and 8. And then just like we did for the 10, we'll do for the 9. So when it comes to the don't, 3 pays 2. Do simple math. 3 pays 2, 30 pays 20, 300 pays 200. You know, when you think of 3, so that means 15 pays 10, 6 pays 4. Make it simple math. So I know that we have $24 out here. I know that 3 pays 2. So for me, just to keep it simple in my head, I'm going to do a $30 don't, which if I 7 out pays $20. If I hit a 6 or an 8, it's going to pay me $14. And now we're on. So this is more of an aggressive play, but look at that. 1, 6, 7. It's a more aggressive play, but once again, you're providing yourself more exposure as we go along. So I lost $24. I get paid $20 right here on the don't pass line. Once again, this offsets. And what I'm going to do is look right at the dealer and say, dealer, can I get a $12 6 and 8 working? It's very simple, guys. Keep it into the inside. We're going to keep it very gentle, very easy. We're not here to complicate things. There's more advanced strategies, but this is just a very standard strategy that you can walk up to any table. Boom. Look at that. Fat 8. Go ahead and get a drink, my guy. Because look at this. 12 pays 14. Go ahead and get that cocktail waitress out here and get some drinks in. I mean, what is the point of a Caucasian Russian if you can't have a Caucasian Russian? If you know what I'm saying. If you're picking up what I'm throwing down. Pays 14. Once again, let's get a little aggressive here. Dealer, press me by 1 unit. It's now an $18 8. We turn off. Point comes to an 8. And you see how this is very methodical. It's very easy. You don't have to worry about getting, whoa, look at that, a fat 7. Straight to heaven. They just want you to make money. We're here not to waste time. We're here to make money and have a good time. Turn me on, dealer. Come on now. Say sweet things. Let me go to that wild blue yonder. Whoa, look at that, double 7. Did I not say that the more time you don't get those 7s, the train's coming? What do we do, Charlie? What do we do? Well, once again, you didn't lose $24 because here's $24 right here. You lost $30. Now, don't go crazy. This was profit. You already clicked back money from this. Don't chase profit money. This was the gamble to try to make more money. You lost your original $24. So what do? The same thing we did the first time right when we started this video. Dealer, can I get a $24 6 and 8 working? They dish back out $2 to us as change. And remember, the dealer will break it down for you. The dealers are there for you to help. I am a horrible dealer, so don't worry, I will halfway help. But I'm also a horrible player, so it all kind of goes full circle. All right, $24, 6 and 8, and she's working. Let's see what happens. That is a 5. Oh my gosh, now we have so much money on the 6 and 8. What do? We didn't hit it. How can we sit here and mitigate this? Well, since we did bring $1,000, if you want to get more aggressive, you would once again do the hedge system like we did on the 9 and make this money back in 3 rolls. Or you can be more conservative, turn it off and wait for another shooter. For this aspect, I'm going to turn it off and wait for another shooter to show you guys you don't have to chase. Because a lot of times if you're a beginner starting in craps, you'll see this, you'll get worked up, you'll want to bet, you'll want to, I got to get the money back, I got to get the money back. So this is better just say I'm going to slow down, take it slow, not get crazy. Those are snake eyes, 1 and 1. for the one time. So take it nice and slow, nice and gentle. 7. Now watch this. If we were more aggressive, it would have evened out. We would have made no money. So now being conservative, we just basically didn't move a bunch of chips around for no reason. Point comes off. Dealer, turn me on. Say the sweet things, please. Roll again. That's an 8. So what does 24 pay? It pays 28. Boom. Dealer, reduce me down to a $12 6 and 8, and then I'd love for you to turn me off. I'm tired of being complimented. I want to be insulted. I want to go home to my whoopee and have a great day. And they'll say, absolutely, sir. And look how easy this is. So this right here, this system, now let's go ahead and play it out. Oh my gosh. See this, guys? You always got to double check me. I'm fast with those chips. I knew I had too many reds in my rack. So we're going to go ahead and play this point out. Now that was a very simple strategy, keeping to the 6 and 8, hitting a couple points, hitting a couple of hiccups and row bumps. That's a 9, 4, 5, just for the guys. But it's an easy way to, once again, nickel and dime. 8, point made. Maybe the dice gods want me to make a little bit more money. Because like I said, the more points you roll, the harder it is to roll them. That's a 10. I love a 10. Why? It's a hard number to roll. So I'm greedy. I'm conservative, but I still want to make some money. Let's go ahead. We got a bunch of whites. Let's go ahead and put 10 whites out there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And I'd call myself a professional. We have $10 in odds on the 10. Let's see what happens. 8 does nothing. I'm just trying to grab $5 more so when we color up on this simple strategy, I have some more things to show you. More things that say more profit. That is a 11. That is a 5-6 on the sticks. Let's see here. That is a snake eyes. Don't worry, guys. I don't want anyone to get paid. I just want to pay the inside with all these crazy rolls. That is a 5 for the guys, or a 1-4 on the floor. 4 rounds with something else, but we can't say that on a PG kind of station. Whoop, that is a 10. A Tennessee. Nope, not 10 easy. It's a hard 10. So you're like, oh, Charlie, you just talked about being greedy, and now you've made a 10. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Now watch this. Lost $10. Don't worry, I didn't want all those single chips anyway. Those are tip chips. So, bam. And they say you've made the 10, you lose the don't. Come right here. All I'm going to do is put $10 on the pass line, or don't pass line this time. So now I'm just recouping the $10 bet that I just lost. And now I'm on purely the don't, because why? We're entering a third point. So even on a low stakes game, once again, I could have walked away and just been easy about this. All I'm doing is still just trying to nickel and dime. We got an 8, and let's go ahead and roll out this 8. See what happens. We can adjust if we make the 8, meaning that we lose the $10. Now we're down the $10 from the hedge, the $10 from the don't. We're down $20. You have $1,000. It's okay to lose $20. We'll come back with 25 on the don't and recover. Let's see how it all plays. Whoop, fat 8. Notice it's not a skinny 8, it's a fat 8. So now we've made 3 points total. Wow, down $20. So I'm going to do loss plus $5, $25. We're on the don't. If you're bringing $1,000 to casino, do not freak out about sitting here and putting that $1,000 into play. And once again, you see how this was supposed to be at the end of a video. I was supposed to sit here and say, I just want to make $5 more, but this happens. This isn't anything that's outside the norm. There's tons of times when you're like, in 10 minutes, I'm going to walk away, and then a major situation happens. We've rolled a 5. It's a hell of a lot harder to roll a 5 than it is a 6 or an 8 or a 7. So I like it. As a 4.5, I love it. That is a 6. Bring this in here. Go again. That's a fat 8, a 44, a smokeless 44, if you know those old blues songs. 6. That is a 33. Look at that, guys. They call me the shooter. 8, I'm keeping it into inside. I don't want anyone to come out of here broke, okay? The do's, the don'ts, everyone. 5, but Charlie, you just said, no, I said it's harder and harder to make a point, but look at this. Now, in your mind, if you're playing a hedge system or playing this system, you're like, wow, I'm down $45. What am I going to do? Put 50 on the don't. You're once again $90 and he's made 4 points. I definitely don't think he's going to make more, so let it ride. Like I said, there's always ways. Look at that. Now, this is a prime example of where luck comes into play. This isn't a part of strategy, but we hit a 1, 2. See, guys, bad luck doesn't happen. Good luck happens too. So the 50 is going to get paid out. I'm going to take this out, but I still love that I'm on a 5th point. So I just reduce it down to the minimum because I'm still a little greedy. I want to grab that extra $5 or $10. So let's continue on. We're going to see how it plays out. That is a 12, which is a push on the 12. Bum 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 bum. Midnight's Buckskers. 7. But Charlie, we've lost the $10. But Charlie, what did you do? You just lost it. Hey man, we lost it before tons of times. Come for loss plus 10, so I lost $10. Put 15, so if I make it, I win. And then we keep going again. That is a 6. Boom. Now look at this, guys. Now this is going to be the 4th unique point. $1,000 bankroll. Simple as could be. Bad things happen, good things happen, but it's going to be okay. Made the 6. So now, boom, 4th point. We've lost 10 and 15 for a total of $25. It's going to be okay. This is why I love doing these videos live, is you can see all the bad stuff happen. So here we got $30 in the don't. 5 points made, 4 unique points. That is a 4. Now watch this, guys. Even though this is a beginner strategy, if you stuck with me this long, by God, please God, learn more. But I will say this, you got 5 points made. We're down to our last bastion. We're trying to walk out the door. We've had too many Caucasian Russians. We're out of here. But a 4 is hard to make, especially after 10s, 8s, 6, and 5 points. So why not take a little bit more meat off the bone? So I'm going to do something crazy. I know this is aggressive. I'm saying it's aggressive. If you're more conservative, let it be like this and run it. I am going to be a little bit more aggressive and just put $60, which is double what I have out there right now, right on odds. Why? We're on our 5th point. We're on the hardest, one of the most hardest points to make on the board. Why not reward yourself for sticking this long? That is a 5 for the guys, or a 2-3 just for me, or a 3-2 just for you. Doesn't matter. It's always 5. We got ourselves a 7. So what happens? The point comes off. They take and pay everyone else because they never like paying the don'ts. They'll take up all these fire bets, which I'm going to grab myself. These are off, so they don't touch this. Now we have $30 on the don't. They pay that. We have $60 right here on the don't. They're going to pay 30 because remember, for every $2 they pay 1. They're going to give all this right here. I'm going to take it, put it on the rack, and guess what, guys? Dealer, take me down off the 6 and 8. They'll say, you got it, sir. Just make sure to tip the dealers on your way out. I'm going to say, dealer, color me up. So let's see how we panned out. Look at this. For dramatic effect, you start with the singles always. 5, 10, 15, $25. Doll hairs, dollars, dollar of. That's $25. 50, 75. That is 100. This is the extra reds. So right there we have $100 sitting pretty. 200, 300, 400, and that is the extra. So I'm going to put this right here. 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And look at that, guys. We made $85. So we're just right at almost 10%. But understand, as a very simple strategy, as a beginner strategy, while only utilizing the 6 and 8 and the don't for protection, this is how you can make money with limiting your losses, expanding your profits, and learning the game as we go along. This is Charlie from DGE. I'll check you guys next time.